What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm great.
What's your? I know who he is. What's your first name? What can I call you?
I prefer you not to speak to me, but since you insist,
Well,
call me Master.
call you Master. Okay. Master, you want to come outside really quick? I want to talk to you really fast.
No, I don't.
No.
I'm very comfortable. What can I do for you?
Okay. They asked you to leave. Starbucks asked you guys to leave.
She can't make me leave nowhere. She's gonna get fired for whatever she's doing, discriminating me, whatever she's doing. She called the police on me 2 times now. So tell her to call her district manager or her store manager, since she's called the police to his establishment on the landlord.
You're not the landlord.
You want to prove it?
Well, I mean, I met the landlord. He's an officer.
You're gonna find out.
Okay, so that's fine. Well, the reason why I'm asking you to get up is because you've been calling this for 3 I told you to get up. When I told you the first time, you just
Leave me alone. That's what you can do.
I'm trying to speak and he's not even letting me speak. I'm trying to explain to him why he's.
Tell her to leave me alone or arrest her for slander and public embarrassment.
So can you come outside and talk to us really quick?
No, I'm good. What's your badge number?
You'll get it later.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Officer.
What?
Officer.
What's your name and badge number?
Officer.
What's your name and badge number?
Can you stand up, please?
There you go.
Can you get up, please?
No.
Listen, if you don't get up and leave peacefully, they're gonna have you arrested for trespassing.
Hey, listen. If you
understand what I just told you?
if you threaten me again, you will be arrested for extortion.
No one's threatening you. Do you understand what I just said to you? Yes or no?
Do you understand what I just said to you? Yes or no?
You said you can do whatever you have to do.
I will.
Okay. Do you understand what I just told
Do
you?
you intend to injure me?
No.
Do you intend to deprive me of any of my fundamental rights?
Are we gonna play this game?
Do I look like I'm playing the game?
Yeah, you do.
Prove it.
Prove what?
Prove it.
Am I violating your rights? Is that what you're asking?
Currently, you are.
What rights are those?
So, unless you have proof of claim that you have jurisdiction over the subject matter pending, stop speaking to me.
No, that's not the deal here.
Speak to them.
Private establishment.
Speak to them. They are renters of my land. This is my building. This is not private. I'm a private. You know this. Do you intend to injure me?
No. Do you intend to do what I asked you?
I don't take orders.
I'm asking you to leave. They're asking you to leave, or they're going to have you arrested for trespassing.
I'm going to hit you out with the RICO Act
That's fine.
for extortion.
You have to do.
I'm going to subpoena your bonds and your foreign registration agent, which you don't have. I'm going to call the insurance companies and lend your bonds.
Bullshit.
So here we go. Let's see if they intend to injure me.
No one wants to injure you. We prefer you cooperate. Speak with us.
I'm not playing games with you.
No one's playing any games here.
Okay, well, talk to them. Tell them to leave me alone.
Talk to them who?
Whoever called you.
Their business. If they don't want you here, they have the right to kick you out.
Prove it.
Understand that. Prove it. Go read the law book. That's the law of the land here.
Call your sergeant.
No. You don't make the rules here.
Is your voice, audio, and video equipment working?
Yeah, of course it is.
It is.
It's yours.
Call your sergeant.
He's already on his way.
Prove it.
How do you want to prove it? Can we teleport him here?
I mean, obviously, what? He mean he read minds?
You don't know. I'm sorry, what was that? Okay, you want to take off? Okay. That's all we need now.
Yeah, call the owner.
Sorry, sir, you're out.
Yeah, he's already around.
Okay. So, further on.
Yeah.
So what is your first and last name?
Hey, listen. What's your badge
I
number?
need you to identify you.
479.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Trulio 479.
No, what's your name? No, you don't have to sit there, Joel. Yeah, come, go ahead. Just all this stuff yours, so you don't have to. Sir? You don't have to. You want to sit there? You can sit there too. Don't worry about it. Is all this stuff yours? Hello?
Oh, there's your camera right there. Now I see it.
Is all this stuff yours?
Hey, man. Why are you harassing me?
Because we had a call on you. That's why.
So talk to who called you.
I did.
And what'd they say?
They want you gone. They want you to leave the store. If you leave, we're out of here. This is the end of it. We're done.
They can't put me out of no building.
Want a bet?
You know that.
That's where you're wrong.
Prove it.
I will admit.
All right.
But that's the way that way. I prefer you just talk to me outside.
Well, I prefer you to prove it, honestly, like a gentleman
I'm asking you nicely.
who took an oath,
I did.
who has an obligation.
Why do you keep doing that? What does that mean?
What's what mean?
Your thumb. What does that mean?
My thumb?
Yes, what does that mean?
What does what mean?
You keep putting your thumb under your chin and putting it up.
Like that?
Yes.
Oh, you don't know what that means?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, that means I snatch aprons. I tug ropes really tight around monkeys' necks, right? I deport them off my land, and if they extort me, if they threaten me, if they injure me, I have them arrested by the army and punished. There's something like that.
All right. You want to come outside and talk to us?
I'm talking right now. What's the problem?
They want you to leave. Are you going to leave?
They can't put me out of any building. It's unlawful. And it's illegal. Where's your sergeant?
He's on his way.
All right, let your sergeant come. Where's the owner? She said she called the owner. Or the store manager.
This guy is fucking stupid.
No, it's fine. We won't do that.
Look at her. She thinks she's so smooth, don't she? But she just gave me the building. Because y'all are getting evicted.
I believe you don't know what you're talking about.
Prove it.
Won't you prove it?
479 says you want to continue to harass me and threaten me. I'm putting you on notice. As of this moment, you're being charged $5,000 per minute to be paid in silver.
Silver? Who pays him for silver?
Your insurance company.
I don't know if they deal in silver.
Well, you better hope so, or else you'll be in jail until I get paid. All right.
Sounds good. Sergeant Chair, would you prefer to talk to him or you prefer to talk to me?
I told you to stop talking to me a long time ago. Oh, Del Mindo, where's my car? Where's my car? You should tow my car back to where you got it from.
Oh, I won't do that.
Well, then you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna charge you all with extortion.
Do whatever you want.
What's your badge number? Not.
The store doesn't want to the store wants to leave.
Yeah, they have no reason. They can't kick me out of any building. I'm the executive of this land. So let's see if these usurpers are.
So, would you like to leave and talk to us outside before you threaten to hang me again?
I threatened to hang you?
That's what you said. Right?
Yeah, they're
Now, is all this stuff yours? Yes or no?
What?
Is all this stuff yours? What is yours here?
I'm here.
What belongs to you?
I'm here.
This property right here, is this all yours?
I'm here.
I understand you're here.
Yeah.
Is this computer yours?
I mean, whoever's it is, I'm sure they would want you touching it.
Is it yours, yes or no?
So, did you receive this notice that I gave to you?
Yeah.
Did you ignore it?
What is it?
You should read it. It's an affidavit of notice of consulate and orders to honor the sovereign status of Moorish Americans.
Okay. Who gave this to you?
Who's she talking to?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you want to engage me? What's your name? What's your name and badge number?
Right there. Right there.
I can't see it. What does it say?
Right there. Right there.
Oh, okay. All right. So I got some little toy boys over here wanting to harass me. So obviously they intend to deprive me of my fundamental protected rights. Not only that, they intend to extort me and violate me as the executor and secure creditor of this land. You hear that, my sons, my daughters? Do we hear this? I've been here peacefully, minding my own business. She tells me I can't wear my hoodie, so she calls the police because I'm wearing my hoodie.
They've asked you to leave.
I'm gonna wear my hoodie and I'm gonna sit right here.
You can wear your hoodie outside if you want.
No, I'm gonna wear it right here. Do you intend to injure me?
I don't want to, though.
Do you intend to injure me for
It's not my intent.
invoking my fundamental protected rights? Yes or no?
Fundamental protected rights.
Ignorance of the law is no
What
excuse.
about the store's rights? What about this establishment's rights?
Oh, they have the right to call the police on me for sitting here with my hoodie on?
They have the right to ask you to leave.
Oh, well, prove it.
They've already done that. This is your last chance to leave.
Or what?
You will be arrested for trespassing.
And you will be arrested for violating the sovereignty of this land.
Okay. How's all this stuff yours, sir?
That's yours.
Yeah.
That's yours.
This is my wife's stuff right here. She's in the bathroom.
Okay. Those notebooks are yours here.
All right, so here we go, y'all. We knew it was coming. So let's go. See her right there?
Go get a coffee. Go get water. Go get a juice. Go get a snack. Whatever you like.
So I'm gonna stand up right now because it looks like they intend to violate me. Even after I definitely showed them who I am. You know, the whole world's watching you right now. The whole world is watching you
That's fine.
be dishonorable and unlawful.
No one's doing that.
So, here you are.
No one's doing that.
You're threatening me, you're being dishonorable, and you're being unlawful.
We'd ask you to leave one more time. Will you please leave?
Trulio, 479. Lopez, 514. Gonzalez, he doesn't have a badge number. How are you operating on my land?
Are you going to leave or no? We're just asking you one last time, sir.
Will you leave? Yes or no?
You do not have jurisdiction to put me out of anywhere. Here we go.
You didn't have to go this way.
Yeah, obviously it did. Yeah. You're violating me now.
We're not violating.
Yes, you're violating me. You're not even a policeman. You're a
Sir?
Yes.
What is going on? Okay, just so you know, I stopped because your tags are expired.
Did I injure somebody or cause any damage?
No, your registration tags are expired?
I'm not operating in commerce, sir.
Okay. Do you have your license, registration, and proof of insurance?
would, I don't, what is the purpose of this stop?
Your registration tags expired in August of 13.
Do you understand that I'm not operating in commerce right now?
I don't care.
Actually, you should care, because it's a constitutional right that I have to travel freely without being stopped for a statutory infraction that you do not have. Am I free to go?
No. I need your license, registration, and insurance.
Are you holding me against my will?
No. I'm not holding you against your will. What I'm doing is I stopped you for a traffic violation, and I need your license, registration, and insurance. Whatever you need to close this code one is fine.
I have.
No, code word.
Can I have your identification, please, sir?
My name is Deputy Ainsworth, as is on my uniform. I'm with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Okay? I need your license and registration. If you don't provide it, you will be under arrest for failure to provide proof of your license. Alright?
You're going to arrest me?
If you don't provide your proof,
Are you threatening to arrest me?
I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay?
So
I need your license. If you don't want to provide that, I will arrest you for fail to provide your license.
Here's my son.
Oh, what's in the box?
I have
What's in
to
the fucking
assume that
box?
I'm under arrest right now because I'm not free to leave. I am evoking my right against self-incrimination, and I will not be providing you with any documents that can be used against me to incriminate myself. Do you want to violate my right of self-incrimination to not be, because that's what you're doing, sir.
Okay. I have a legal right to stop you because your registration is expired. You are required by law to provide me with some form of identification. Okay? If you do not do that, you will be under arrest.
I have right to legal counsel.
Not at this point. Okay?
Yes, I do have right to legal counsel, sir. You can't take my rights away.
If you don't want to obey the law right now,
I am obeying
you
the
can speak
law.
with your attorney in jail. Okay?
You're threatening to kidnap me and put me in jail? Do you have a signed warrant to take me to jail? Where's my due process, sir? Do you not need a signed warrant from a judge to arrest me?
No, I'm not sure where you're from, but I do not. Okay?
I will hold you under full commercial liability and your bond in a criminal matter should you proceed with this stop any
That's
further,
fine.
sir.
Are you going to cooperate or not?
Sir, with all due respect, I mean you no harm. I mean you no. There will be no violence. Please, God's peace be with you.
Okay.
Can we get a supervisor here, sir?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Speak with your supervisor. Yes, hey Gene, this is Gary. See, I'm in the Walmart parking lot. Are you law enforcement or are you peace officer?
51 copy.
Are you safety officer or are you law enforcement?
I am law enforcement. I am from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office.
I have someone from law enforcement performing a traffic stop. He's threatened to arrest me if I don't show him a driver's license, registration, and insurance. The reason for this stop is expired registration tag.
Yes.
Then the state has no more authority over the vehicle if the registration is not current. You're aware of this, right? What you're trying to do? Are you aware of the law?
I'm pretty familiar with the law, yes.
Pretty familiar with the law. Well, this is going to go a lot further than pretty familiar, so please be cautious in what you do, that you don't violate my rights in trying to enforce statute. So where are we at, Gene?
Private register a vehicle when it depends on the use that's being made of the vehicle. If it's used for private travel and communication, it's not required to be tied and registered. So it wouldn't have to have any tabs on it.
This is my contention, sir.
I can't hear him. I'm not going to chat with him. I'm talking to you. Okay?
Yeah. And the thing to do there probably is just jot down some notes, get the officer's name and badge number, and make sure that you get all that information so that he can be sued in his private capacity for exceeding his authority and jurisdiction.
Correct.
His authority and jurisdiction is set out very clearly in 153, 39, and 83. So when he exceeds that authority and he has to live that you are an employee working for some corporation and engaged in trafficking on the highway, so right there in itself, he's made an illegal stop.
Yeah.
So he's detained you in your liberty of travel, and he doesn't have a valid probable cause to do that simply because he sees a vehicle that has a license on that's expired. Without determining the use that the vehicle is being put to, that may or may not be required to be tied and registered. That changes with every new vehicle owner.
Right.
Just get some notes and
Sir,
see what he wants
sir,
to do.
can you hang up the phone, please?
No, I'm with my counsel now. Please don't try to deprive me of counsel, sir. Please.
I've been very patient with you.
You have,
Okay?
sir.
I have a legal right to stop you. Like I said, you are required to provide your license, okay, or proof of identification. Okay? If you're refusing to do that, you will be under arrest. Okay?
He will be arresting me should I not provide him with this information.
Well, he wants you to identify yourself, and this is his
Okay.
Get his information, see what he wants to do here. You gotta impound your vehicle and tow it.
Hey, sir.
It's on private
Okay.
property.
So, I've asked you several times to please cooperate. All right. As stated,
I'm cooperating as best I can with it.
My name is Deputy Ainsworth. I am with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office.
Gene, I'll get back
I
to you.
am in uniform, displaying a badge. All right. I stopped you because your registration tags are expired. You are required by law to provide me with proof of identification. If you cannot do that, you will be under arrest for failing to do so. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand.
You need to step out of the vehicle. You need to step out of the vehicle. You are
I
under
do
arrest.
not feel safe, sir. Please don't.
Step out of the vehicle.
Please,
You are under
sir.
arrest.
Sure, step out.
Wait.
Don't
Step out
pull
of the vehicle.
away from me.
Please.
Do
You're
not
harming
pull
me.
away from me.
Please. You're.
Don't pull. Relax your arms. Relax your arms.
They are as relaxed as I can be. You're holding them up and hurting my shoulder. I have injuries. Please, sir, do not hurt me further.
We're not. Stop resisting. Cooperate. That's all we're asking.
Well, my cooperation. Please understand.
Am I being detained?
I can't hear you, ma'am.
Am I being detained?
There's a lot of traffic, and I can't hear you, so you need to roll down the window.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
Okay, you have 15 minutes.
I will tell you why you're being detained if you could roll down
What's
the
the
window.
reason for this stop?
You have suspended plates. Okay, is this your vehicle?
Am I being detained?
Ma'am, is this your vehicle?
Am I being detained?
You're repeating yourself. You know that? You're repeating yourself.
You're repeating yourself. You're repeating yourself.
Yes, you're being detained.
I do not consent to this stop. I have the right to remain
I'm gonna
silent.
ask you again, very politely.
I have the right to remain silent.
Roll down the window and hand me your ID.
I have the right to remain silent. You're committing a felony by trying to force me to not enforce my rights.
I didn't take any of your rights away. I'm conducting.
I do not consent to this stop.
Roll down the window.
I do not consent to this stop.
Ma'am, roll down your window.
My rights are being violated. I'm in fear of my life. I fear for my life. I have no weapons and you do, and you're intimidating me. You're intimidating me. I do not consent to this stop.
Your window.
I do not consent to this stop.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you again, politely. Roll down your window and hand me your identification.
I am traveling. I do not consent to this stop.
What papers are you looking through right now?
I do not consent to this stop.
Okay, I heard you about 5 times that you do not consent to this stop.
More like 13. Giving a grand total of 31 times. She also repeats the words, am I being detained? Roughly about 9 times. And I have the right to remain silent about 5 times. Until she gets arrested. Just in case anyone is interested.
Now, can you hand me your ID, please?
I do not consent to this stop.
Who owns the vehicle, ma'am?
I do not consent to this stop.
Ma'am, roll down the window.
I do not. I'm being intimidated.
Ma'am.
She attempted to open my door.
Because you're not complying with my orders.
I do not
So
consent
roll
to
down
this
the window
stop.
and hand me
I
your
do
ID.
not consent to this stop. She attempted to open my door illegally
Yes, I did.
when I stated I did not consent to this stop. I do not consent to this stop, Mrs. Donnelly, that works for
Right, you know
Suffolk
who I am.
County
I'm Officer Donnelly. Now I'm asking you to show me ID of who you are.
I do not consent to this stop.
Can you look at me, please?
I do not consent to this stop.
What is your first name?
I do not now she's attacking my door. This is assault. Assault. Assault.
Ma'am, you're not.
Can you really assault a motor vehicle?
I am not under your jurisdiction. Now she's banging on my window with a baton. Someone please come and help me. Someone please come and help me.
Call the police.
Ma'am, roll down the window.
Call the lawyer. Call the lawyer that you have on file.
Please let that lawyer be squeak.
Do you want any medication for anything?
I do not consent to this stop. Am I being detained?
Yes, you are being detained.
You already were given 15 minutes.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you again. Hand me your ID. Roll down your window at least a little bit more.
I do not consent to this stop.
Ma'am, roll down your window.
I do not consent to this stop. I am being intimidated with a person with a weapon.
I'm a police officer.
A revenue agent with a weapon. A revenue agent with a weapon.
Or, just throwing another name out there, a police officer.
Ma'am, roll down your window.
I have the right to remain silent.
Okay, you can remain silent. Hand me your ID.
I have the right to remain silent. I do not consent to this stop. I do not consent to this stop.
Hand me your identification.
Now she's attacking the window again. She's attacking the window again.
No, that's not attacking a window. This is attacking a window.
Get!
Roll down the window.
I do not consent to this stop.
Roll down the window.
I do not consent to this stop.
Ma'am, roll down the window.
I do not consent to
Roll
this
down
stop.
the window.
I do not consent to this stop.
Get out of the car.
I do not consent to this stop.
Get out of the car.
I'd like to submit and give this to the prosecutor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that your memo or?
It's the Honolulu Police Department Policy Law Enforcement Operations.
Okay. Would you
It
like...
also includes letters by the United Nations, Jason Rosario, to all the police chiefs and deputy police chiefs with asking them to cooperate with the Polynesian Kingdom of Tui during our transition into our nation.
Are you requesting the court to consider those letters too? Because I don't have them.
I just gave her a copy.
I know she got one, but I don't have one.
I was told that I could not submit any things with my motion. I had a whole packet, and I was told by the clerk at window 4 that I could not submit any exhibits or anything in defense of my motion. It was strictly a motion here.
Well, if it's an item of law, I will consider that. Factual things are not considered generally at motions. So the clerk is correct in terms of factual exhibits or evidence. That's not considered an motion to dismiss. Items of law, like for example, you're educating me on the U.S. Supreme Court decisions and so on and so forth, which I've read. That if you want to give me copies of that, I can get it through the library. But
right.
If there's things like that, you can submit. But if it's just letters, yeah, it's usually not part of the record because motions to dismiss are based solely on the record and what's filed and on the law.
Right.
So if it's letters, I don't believe they would be relevant to the decision.
This is the drips from the United Nations on the rights of indigenous people, which all my rights are being denied, and your own Constitution as well, because you do defend the Constitution.
Yes,
correct?
I do.
Okay. And you do defend Hawaiian law as well?
I defend the Constitution.
Not Hawaiian law?
Let's just say I'm going to defend the United States and the state Constitution.
Okay.
We can proceed from there.
Then my rights stand as they would. This other judge as well.
Are these?
Miss, I forgot.
McNamee, Your Honor.
Oh, McNamee. Okay, let's see your name on the record. So, Miss McNamee, you may proceed.
Thank you. The state would like to make oral argument that this motion is without merit, given our precedent that we must follow. In State v. Fergustrom, the Intermediate Court of Appeals stated that the state of Hawaii has lawful jurisdiction over all persons operating motor vehicles on public roads or highways within the state of Hawaii. And all of the offenses at issue here today are in regards to operating motor vehicles on the public roads of Hawaii. The state does respect the Native people's right to inherent sovereignty and self-governance. However, if Mr. Dennis is driving on the roads of Hawaii, then he is still subject to the jurisdiction of the court. And HRS section 701-115-2 states that, excuse me, that was the wrong section. It's not in this memo. The jurisdiction of this court applies to anything that happens within this state. And the right to drive is not an inherent right, it's a privilege, and to use the roads. And the state would just like to argue that these motions are without merit. As recently as a few weeks ago, on July 30th, 2015, the Intermediate Court of Appeals issued a summary disposition stating that very thing. So it's Fergestrom is being upheld, and this court does have jurisdiction.
Thank you, Ms. McNamee. Mr. Dennis, you got the last
word. You and I know that driving is a right for all citizens. You cannot impede my forward progress in any manner. You're also asking me to commit a crime, and I take umbrance to that. When I came to Hawaii to get legal credentials, I had to first look at, is Hawaii a state of the United States? In my opinion, it is not. I am an American citizen, and I know the Constitution that Hawaii was illegally annexed into this country as part of the United States. You're asking me to take credentials for a state that I do not believe exists. Doing so is committing a crime against my God, against myself, against the Hawaiian people. I will not change who I am as an individual. And asking me to change who I am is a serious egregious against me. And I do not respect that. So I refuse to commit a crime by taking credentials with Hawaii until I have irrefutable proof that Hawaii is a state of the United States. It is also noted, if you notice, I have not actually committed any violations. I have not been stopped for anything except for the color of my plates. I could have my own name on there for that matter. I don't have to be part of anything. I have a sovereign right as a child of God, protected by the United States Constitution, protected by the Declaration of Independence, protected by your own Pledge of Allegiance, because the United States is a republic, and a republic respects the inalienable and unalienable rights of the individual and the God-given rights of the individual. So any other ruling short of that indicates the United States is not a republic. And therefore I question again, who is the United States? Who is Hawaii? I have no proof. You have given me no proof. I've given you everything. I've given you my life, my history of who I am, and how I support people. I unite people. I don't separate people. Every act against me is like an act of war. You're trying to make me something I am not, and I will not change no matter how you rule today. Because I stand in my truth as a sovereign child of God. So if you want to disrespect God, go for it. Because if you judge me, you will be judged as well. But I stand by who I am and my decisions that I make as a sovereign individual. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis. No, I'm not judging God. We'll never do that. But we are here on a motion to dismiss. I'm not here to determine whether you have committed a crime or not. That's not an issue with the court. The issue is whether or not there is significant, there is a basis to dismiss the cases against you based upon your claims that yet the court has no jurisdiction based upon your claim that the charges violate your constitutional rights for freedom of travel, as you have cited. And also, I guess you've argued about being a sovereign child of God. Based upon the arguments of counsel and a review of the motion that was filed and the arguments made, the court finds that the court does have jurisdiction in this matter. The court does understanding that the state in cases of State versus Ferguson and in State versus Jim have specifically held that this court has jurisdiction on traffic matters regardless of the sovereignty issues or allegations made by defendants. The court does recognize those cases and recognizes the decisions based upon that. Based upon also, the court addresses on your claim that the citations violate your constitutional right to travel. The court finds that the constitutional right to travel, as under the cases that you have cited, specifically the last case that you have mentioned in your memo, Zobel versus Williams, specifically state that the right to travel is the right to travel between states, or in some of the cases that you talked about, it was travel between the United States and another country. It does not talk about the right to drive without any regulation in any vehicle. So I don't find that those arguments are convincing in terms of what the United States Supreme Court has said. In regards to your request for removal to the Federal District Court, I do not find that there is a sufficient basis for removal of those matters to the Federal District Court. Mr. Dennis, if you really want to follow through on that, you should be filing an action in the Federal District Court yourself and ask for the court to stay these proceedings. But the court on its own cannot send over something to the Federal District Court, say you take it. Unless there's a clear federal jurisdiction issue, this court cannot just package up these cases and send it to the Federal District Court. Based upon that, the court will deny all your motions to dismiss. State to prepare the order, please.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis.
I object.
Do we have any other cases available?
Yeah, walk in.
Judge, I'm gonna false stamp this, so.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Have a good day, Mr. Dennis.
You too as well. I'll see you. Well, you won't be in heaven. I will be.
Mr. Dennis, did you want to wait for your paperwork?
Sure.